Right, what is up, skaters? Now, I usually set myself a goal every single year to learn 100 new tricks throughout 3 months in the summer. I started right at the end of February this year, and last year we did 100 new tricks, no problem. Although I did suffer a few injuries, so I had to rush like 3 a day towards the end of it. And some of the tricks maybe suffered in the difficulty that they were in order to get as many new ones as possible. So this year I decided to focus more on difficult tricks. And I started at the end of February. It's now coming towards the end of March, and I've got 20 so far. So we're going to go over all 20. I'm going to show you them one by one, give you a quick briefing of how much time they took, how difficult I would think they are if you want to learn them, and maybe a tip or two as well. Obviously there's 20 of them, so we're going to go over them fairly quick. So with all that being said, I've got my video prepared here. Now the first 2 tricks are just things that I did recently that I like. They're not necessarily new tricks. This is quite a large stair set. Obviously it's only 4, but the stairs are massive. So this is the first trick I did, and then we're going to get into the new ones. So this is just a nice tray flip down the stairs, I think.
Yes.
Obviously Holly enjoyed that one. This was for a documentary that Skateboard GB were filming with me, so they wanted to follow me and Holly around for the day, discover what we were doing, how we were making money in the skate scene, and they're putting out like a little mini documentary on us, but I'll give you guys an update on that because it's not due to be out till like the middle of April, so that should be good nonetheless, but that's not part of this video.
Yes.
Anyway, so the first trick, here we are at the mini ramp. This one is the first new trick of the entire season. What this is a Ollie to front Smith, and then when you tap the front truck like I just did, it's called a Willy stool. So we come up, let's go frame by frame real quick. We come up, we Ollie to front Smith, and then what you do is you tap the front truck on the coping, like barely hit it. It's more on the wheel, to be honest. Maybe I should redo this one. And then you bring that in front side, and I just about made that in. Like, that one wasn't too difficult. I did a recap video where I tried to land as many of these in like 3 minutes each as possible. That'll be out in a couple of days. But yeah, that one, I'm pretty happy with that one. That one's all right. It's obviously the trick difficulty in these ones we're going to be looking at today gets a lot harder. So that one is pretty the nice basic level, entry level trick right there. Next trick is half cab flip to fakie. Now I remember this one taking quite a while. Our mini ramp is pretty good for stuff like this. Like, it's quite mellow, but the thing is when you pop a trick like this, you end up getting so much height off the ramp because of how mellow it is. I didn't really go too far up the ramp because again, it's hella mellow. And then we catch it and almost land completely at the bottom of the ramp. And then that almost like jolts you off. So this one was quite difficult actually. Like compared to the rest of them, this one took me quite a while to get, but it wasn't too like dangerous, so to speak. You wouldn't really fall off and hurt yourself too badly if you didn't land this one. But that's number 2. Okay, number 3 right here. This one is a switch front big spin. Now I'm pretty cheeky with my front big spins. I do revert it quite a lot, as you can see here. I very much neglected switch tricks before this whole skate season, before I lost in that game of skate where the guy set a bunch of switch tricks on me first round. So I decided to get as many down as possible in as quick a time as possible for the next tournament. So we did a switch front big spin, which is more like a switch front shove revert, but still you get away with it as long as the other person didn't do like a massively popped one and the rules were tight. But I'm happy with that for now. All right, the next trick we got here. Oh, now this is one of my personal favorites right here. This one was a fakie Gazelle flip to revert. So watch it in slow-mo and then we'll run it back. We'll give you the breakdown. So for those of you that don't know, a Gazelle flip is when the board spins 540 and you do, the board spins 540, does a kick flip, and you spin 360, but then I caught it in manual and did another revert. So it's a Gazelle flip revert. So coming up, fakie. It's like a fakie big spin flip to there, catch it just over the halfway point, bring it round. That's the Gazelle flip right there. And then the revert, no tail touch. Bang. One of my favorite ones. This one actually didn't take too long, to be fair. I originally set out to just do the Gazelle flip, and then when I caught it in manual, I was like, screw it, let's throw another revert in there. That's probably my favorite trick that I got out of all these. Oh, well, actually, no, it's not. The last one, or the one before the last one, is probably my favorite one that I landed yesterday. I was really happy with that one, so let's keep going. Okay, this one's a Primo flip. Not much to say about this one. Basically, you just put the board up like that, lean onto the back wheel, but the foot position is massive and key for this one. So I've got a tutorial coming for this very soon, but basically you just lean back on the board and then pop it like you would a normal kickflip. It's quite difficult to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad, to be honest. All right, what we got next? The full cab flip. This one gave me so much trouble for so many years, and this is the first year where I feel like I finally got a semi-decent one. Like I fell off quite a few times on this one, but look, to get the full rotation, I mean, I got 270 and then just about finished it there with a little tap on the bottom. Like, that was still like decent enough. I landed so many where I just basically did a half cab flip and then reverted 180. But this is probably my favorite one out of all of them, to be honest. Full cab flip. Great trick right there. When I say favorite one out of all of them, I mean out of all the full cab attempts, not out of this whole video. This one was probably the hardest one, actually, to be honest. This one probably took the longest out of all of them. This is the rock kickflip. Like, to kickflip out of a rock fakie, man. Do you know how, like, sweaty that is? Like, to tap the front wheel. Obviously, I'm not rocking completely, but to tap the front wheels over and then kickflip from this position was way more difficult than I had expected. And when I did my little recap video, it gave me quite a bit of trouble. So, yeah, this one was certainly not easy. I'd probably give that one like an 8 out of 10 difficulty, to be honest. And look at my feet when I land. Like, that back foot is barely on. I did land a couple of them, but this was the best angle that I got because I was filming it with a tripod. So, yeah, that was the rock kickflip. We got a fakey Gazelle spin on the quarter. Again, board spins 540, U spin 360. Not much to say about that one. This one also took quite a while, but I was using the rubber grip tape and the Pokemon board. So this is like an 8-inch board and I've got rubber grip tape on it. So it wasn't the ideal situation, but it was all right still. Okay. Okay, we got frontside big spin heel right here. This one, like, I'm always loving on the varial heel flips. They're some of my favorite tricks for sure. And then when I thought I could just do a fakey varial heel, which is the easiest version of the varial heel, tutorial coming soon, and then just revert it frontside, like, it just works so well. And while it did take like a few minutes, well, not a few minutes, it took about 20 minutes or so to get one that I actually considered worth posting. But yeah, fakey frontside big spin heel. Oh, yeah, still pretty sketchy. I've definitely got room to clean that up. Okay, now we got one that someone probably won't like. This is a nollie frontside pivot to rock, body varial, and then revert out. Obviously, a lot of people are going to find that disgusting. You guys know me. I like my techie mini ramp tricks. Quick rerun for that for you. And boom. I think we're getting towards the halfway point now. 270 to axle. 270 back in. This one is one of my personal favorites as well. Like, I feel like once you do the 270 axle, once you get to that point, your body almost wants to keep turning round. So it actually kind of falls in favor to just keep spinning. Boom. Yeah, the shoulders just kept turning and it just happened. That one happened fairly quickly. I've got double heel flip next. Not much to say about that one. Fairly rocket, but if you're used to doing double flips and double heel flips, you'll notice that when you first start learning them, they do rocket fairly consistently. But yeah, that one took a little while again. But once I landed it once, because I always land these once just on myself, and then I'll get someone to film it, or I'll put the tripod up once I've already landed it once. So the ones you're seeing are usually always the second land. But yeah, that one was all right. It only took like 4 or 5 tries after I landed it the first time, so not too shabby on the double heel. This is another mini ramp one that took quite a while. This is the Rock 360. So I always used to see people do this one and be like, how the hell I'll never be able to do that. But once you make like an alcoholic father and learn to throw your weight around, you can put the front truck over, and then once you get halfway, once you get to here, you literally just throw the weight around with your hips and shoulders, and all of a sudden you get all the way around. Fairly difficult, that one, I can't lie. And it took quite a while to land, probably like half an hour or so. Okay, now we're back into the switch trick training. We got the nollie back heel flip. Like, I've been practicing my nollie heel flips a lot and stuff, and while I could nollie heel flip before, so it didn't make it into this compilation, to get that a nollie 180 version, I was pretty happy with that. Like, yeah, that one wasn't too difficult either. And then I just did the switch variation of that the next day. Switch frontside heel. Again, could use being cleaned up a little bit, but I was pretty happy with that one. Like, my switch tricks, my switch heels, my switch tray flips, they're all coming on pretty well. After that game of skate, it really motivated me to be better at switch stuff, so I've been practicing it very much so. So switch frontside heel, happy with that. Not too difficult, that one. Okay, another techie one that someone's gonna hate. This one is called a fakey no comply Gazelle. Yeah, fakey no comply Gazelle, that's what this is. So I spin 360, catch the board at board spins 540, I spin 360. Let's run that one back one more time. You pop it with the back foot, step off with the front foot, and then follow it around and hit a revert. Just like that. Much harder than it looks. And then we got the fakie 50-50 front 360. First ledge trick, mainly because the ledge is always like either sat on by scooter kids, scooter mums, or it's wet at the skate park, so we can only skate the mini ramp. So there's going to be a lot more ledge tricks in the upcoming ones, because if you guys want to see it, I plan to do an update on this video every 20 tricks. So there'll be 5 of these videos in the series. Obviously, I'm going to try to learn 100 tricks in the summer, and this is 20 so far. So, and maybe we'll even keep going and aim for like 200 tricks maybe. So if I could learn 200 tricks in a year, that'd be pretty damn good. And I know a lot of you will say, oh, you're not really learning them, you're just learning them once. We'll do recap videos in between. So like every 7 tricks or so, I'm going to do like a longer form video where I give myself 3 minutes on each trick, and like how can I still do it within the 3-minute time limit, and we'll figure out which ones I've actually learned and which ones were just lucky one-offs. So regardless though, I'm happy with that, and they're always like, I always get at least 2 of each one of them, so I was happy with that one for sure. Okay, now we got the nollie hospital flip. This one's actually way easier, I figured out, than a normal hospital flip. If you don't know what a hospital flip is, basically you pop with the front foot, like that's my nollie foot, pop with the front foot, and then you sort of half or quarter flip it with the back foot, the flipping foot, and then once it gets to this point, you use that foot to bring it round as if it was a shove it. Just like that. A normal hospital flip I found is much more difficult than a nollie hospital flip. I did learn the normal one first, but the nollie one came very quickly. Okay, this is one of my favorites from a video recently. The blunt big spin. I had to do a lot of warm-ups on the blunt pop-ins and then the blunt 180s, and then just slowly built up to this one, and then I get a little 2-piece straight afterwards. Ollie loved that one. Little hard flip to fakie. But yeah, after I landed that one the first time, it wasn't too difficult at all, so we're going to quickly run that one back. I think it took me about half an hour to get the first one, then the second one came like 2 minutes after, and the second one was much cleaner, so quite happy with that one. What we got next? We're coming towards the last couple tricks now. Okay, we got fakie free shove switch rock. Again, someone will probably dislike this one. Oh, put the slow-mo in the wrong place there, but we saw it anyway. But yeah, so this one, again, just hit the fakie free shove on the way up the ramp. You got to like hit it from like halfway up, like there. And then if you're lucky, you land back in switch rock and just ride it back in. Not too difficult, that one. And this is my favorite one for sure. The frontside flip air. I got this literally yesterday. And like, we're going to go through this frame by frame because I'm very proud of this one. Like, the pop, got it just in time before the front wheels hit the coping. Hit it pretty high as well. Like, for a 2.5 foot mini ramp, I was fairly happy with that. I might try and get this on a bigger ramp. Maybe hit a grab on there as well. That'd be pretty cool. And then caught it in a decent spot too. So on the way back down, boom, and that's that. So if you guys like this one, be sure to let me know, and if you've got any trick suggestions for the future videos, drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.